Hey there guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how I decorated this colorful cake which I did for a first reading ceremony. Now I'm starting with the cake already crumb coated and all of the decorations which are going on the cake are done with fondant and gum paste. Alright guys, let's get into the video.
Alright, first thing first, now I'm applying the second layer of chocolate ganache. I have colored it white because all of my decorations are gonna be very colorful ones. And I frost the cake a day ahead, so it's very easy for me to make the decoration so that I have the cake already done and I can refer back and forth for the sizes of the decorations that I'll be putting on the cake. Alright, so I have a rough sketch of the cake and a dummy ready for the size of the cake, and all my images printed out according to the size of the cake, and also the rainbow which is gonna go on top of the cake. I have a cutout of that, and I'm using gum paste for the sun and the rainbow, and also adding some extra Tylose powder so that it'll dry faster. Every time I cut anything out of fondant or gum paste, I make sure I take time to clean all the jagged edges that are poking out and make them neat before I put them on the cake. I have cut some squares out of fondant to make letter cards. I let them dry first before I go on and trace the letter onto the fondant so that it will not give any indents. And also I am using letter cutters to cut out the letter. Dip it in some cornstarch and it'll release the fondant easily. I'm using a pencil here to lightly draw my image onto this fondant. They say the graphite they use is not toxic, so I use it on the fondant. Also, I have edible markers that I use to draw the pictures on the fondant. Okay, I'm making crayons out of gum paste here, and I'm also using, you would notice there's a piece of paper wrapped around the crayon usually. So to mimic that, I'm using wafer paper and cut it to the size of the fondant, color it, and you can wrap it around and paste it with some piping gel. Before I start to color on my fondant images and figures that I have cut out, fondant or gum paste, I make sure they are all well dried, because what I find is when you go to color on soft gum paste or fondant paste, it gets smudgy and you leave indents and fingerprints on the decorations. So it's better when they are dried, so that easy to handle, no indents on them, and when you make a mistake it's easy to remove it. It doesn't leave any marks, or the color does not get smudgy. I have mixed all of my colors, gel colors, with alcohol. You can use lemon extract as well. When attaching the rainbow, I'm applying some melted chocolate so that it'll stick to the cake and it won't slide here and there. When you're attaching pieces, heavy pieces and pieces that are standing on its own, it's better to put some melted chocolate so it's hardened up. And also when I'm attaching this on here, there was a mistake because of my finger. The eyelid got smudged. So if this happens, what I usually do is take a cotton bud and dip it in alcohol, and then you can very carefully, gently remove the mistake you made. You clean around it and let it dry, and then you can go back and color it again. Okay, so I want to point out a mistake that I'm doing here. Initially, my plan was to cover the cake board with white fondant, because as you can see I'm using a silver colored cake board, and when you put all the colorful decorations on the silver colored cake board, it reflects and it doesn't stand out nicely. All the colors looks very messy down there. So when you put white fondant, all the colors pop out nicely. It's very eye-catchy. Anyway, I forgot this part and went and decorated everything on the silver cake board. I realized this mistake 1 hour before my customer was supposed to pick up the cake, and it was way too late to record anything. So what I did was I gently removed everything off the cake board, I covered it up with fondant, and there was not much of a big mess. All I did was put all the decorations back where it was earlier. I'm done decorating this cake, so my final step is to get a cotton bud dipped in alcohol and clean all the smudgy color spots that I may have left while handling all the decorations, and give final color touch-ups for the cake. Alright guys, we have come to the end of this video, and this is the final product. Like always, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Till then, take care.